YouTube? I'm back again today for another Kickstarter critique where I take a look at a different Kickstarter tabletop game project every weekday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Give my honest thoughts on how that project is being ran, hopefully with better sound quality than in the past few days. And today I'm very excited to be checking out the 151st most popular game in all of games. That number still just blows my mind when I hear a number like that, because it is undoubtedly one of the dead points on Kickstarter right now, where there's not like huge massive projects going, but there's still hundreds of projects going like live right now. And this is number 151, Monasterium. All new deluxe components. I think that says 2 to 4, 60 to 100. I might change the font on that, make it a little bit easier to read, maybe make it a little bit bigger. I like that though. These are the areas we're going to be shipping to. Cool. Mexico. I can't even see the... So it's pointless to put this name right here, or whoever the designer or the artist is, because I can't read that. So I would either make that bigger, cut that out, add something there, and then I see what looks like a box, then like a player reference maybe. That looks like a nice player reference. Tons of text on there, but there's just... I need to see more here. But the only thing I'd say I really like here is worker placement board game and deluxeified components. So immediately I'm in the mindset of like $60 to $100 is probably what I'm going to be spending on this 2 to 4 player medium weight Euro. That's my jam. Howdy, Huckleberry. Sorry, sound is still poor. God dang nabbit, Kevin. All right, yeah, I'm going to get that new microphone in there tonight when I'm on the podcast. Apologies on that. The whole pick is not good. The whole pick is not good. Oh, my. Oh, man, there's... Dagnabbit. I leaned too far back and messed with this. I need to get a new green screen. Okay, so we're going to get into this one. So launching November 14, I will say I think that's a great thing to have pre-launch, but after you've launched there, it's really pretty unnecessary. I think you'd be better off just mentioning some other useful bit of information about this, which I personally know this is pretty highly rated on Board Game Geek. This is like in the top 2,200 games of all time, which means it should have a pretty nice, fervent fan base. It's not funded quite yet. Oh my gosh, it's only 18 hours left to go. I thought it was 18 days left to go when I looked at it, or 20 down. Okay, we don't typically look at stuff, but let's try and figure out why this one hasn't gotten across the hump. Don't worry, I'm pretty sure Huck isn't talking about your feed. Oh, good. Okay, great. I thought it meant my picture wasn't good. Yeah, the Kickstarter picture definitely leaves a lot to be desired. I know it's a very dry Euro game about religious things, which is about as dry as you could possibly get. You know, if you think about like Orleans, for instance, it's like a religious-y thing. But still, I think you could spice this up. What are the components? What's it rated? What awards did it win? Something like that to get me more excited to set this apart. As always, though, when I go in the video, I'm thinking 3 things. Do I want it? Can you do it? How much is it? Let's go. Okay. Wooden maples. Ooh, this is interesting. So we typically see 3D rendered shots of the components, just more times than not, I'd say. I'd probably say 3 to 1, I'd say that's roughly what we see. So this is a really interesting spin here. I like where we're going with this video. We're showcasing the components. Let's go. Dice. Dice placement. Oh, that's a clever way of saying this is a dice placement game, if this is in fact a dice placement game. But, you know, it won't fund at this point. Not with that attitude, Huckleberry. That's where you hope you get an angel investor, you know? You hope the right person sees this or just says, you know what, I want this thing to get over the hump. I really love this game. I want this new deluxeified version. But I would totally, you put worker placement, but it looks like it's a dice placement game. And those are different things. I would most definitely change the word worker placement to dice placement. Because here's the bottom line. Worker placement tells me it's a worker placement game. Dice placement tells me it's a worker placement game where I am placing dice. It's just more information that, in fact, would actually take up less space on your marquee, because you only have a certain number of characters that you can put up in here, which, once again, why I wouldn't recommend putting launch November 14 after you've launched. I want to change that. Ooh, okay. Looks very Euro-y. Oh, man. Ooh. Well, that was great. You get the worker off, and you get a special ability. This looks great. This looks like a fantastic game. And me knowing that it's highly rated, I want to play this now, personally. Wow, that was a nice, that's a cool looking board. That's a really nice looking board. It's not, I'm sure it's functional, but it also, hopefully that's a playmat too. If we're going to deluxeified components, people love their playmats. We got the 3D time glass here. That's nice. Oh, it's a rate. Whoa, okay. Pick up and deliver my workers' places? Dice play, there's so many mechanisms just throwing at me, and yet all we see here is just worker placement. I think we really take this opportunity to let us know that there's this and this and that. More info right there would be great. Oh, I'm picking stuff up. You know I am. I bet I'm going to deliver it too. Oh yeah, deliverance are here, where there's just like this whole thing where I got to place it, and it's like, oh, I get this reward and that reward, and this reward, that looks great. I want to play this. I want to literally play this game tonight. I wish my friends had it. He could come to my game night and teach it to me. This looks fun. Like, this is my jam. Oh, DLP games. They normally put out bangers. Okay. That makes me want the game as a Eurofan. Just as in the worst Kickstarter ever, we can analyze and provide constructive criticism. Good point. C'est la vie. Hopefully they can get across this. But that's a big uptick in today, All right, so Emerald Games, board game published in the U.S. Next project being bring critically acclaimed worker placement board game Monasterium to North America. Oh, so they're sourcing this. So this was released somewhere else, and then they brought it here, and then it was canceled. Oh man, so okay, what was different? So a $30,000 funding goal, they raised $20,000, and now they only have $13,000. That's what? This is like that Skittles commercial. That's not how this works. That's not how this is supposed to work. Yeah. What did they add to their main image? Just out of curiosity. I'm like, what did they add? Okay, they added shipping and all new deluxe components, which I did like, and they made, okay. Interesting. Now I need to make sure I don't get mixed up between the old campaign and the new campaign. All right, so this is the new campaign. So 2 created. So this is the first time they've done something new, but Monasterium's already out, right? It's a reprint, right? I think so, because it's pretty highly rated on Board Game Geek, if I thought. Okay. I'm telling you. So can you do it? I don't know. I think so. Maybe. You're taking a great game. Let's take a look at the components. So it looks like they're picking up a game that was probably released at, like Essen or something, a Gen Con convention, just to explain how a lot of times this sort of thing works. There are hundreds of games released at Essen. Like, that's not hyperbole. Literally hundreds of games come out at the Essen Spiel Game Fair show, normally held in October in Essen, Germany. I've got to go once. It's a fantastic time. Totally check it out. It's the world's largest gaming convention, or tied for Gen Con, or people argue about that sort of thing. And there's tons of games released, and a lot of times those games are just released at Gen Con, but they don't see release worldwide. And so then what publishers will do, and a lot of publishers have made their entire business off this, they'll find those best games at Essen, they'll sign the deal, and they'll bring that over to America, and in this case, put it on Kickstarter. So they found this game, they're like, we love this game, we absolutely adore this game, we're going to bring it over. At least I think that's what's going on here. I'm telling you, if you get the opportunity, and this doesn't, so they have, oh man. All right, I'm telling you, if you get the opportunity to get this game, get it. You're going to really enjoy the challenge. The art is beautiful in the box. The theme is implemented well, and the game is quick. 3 rounds. That quote is all over the board. Some things I like, some things I don't like. I'm not going to dig in too much into it because I imagine there's going to be a lot here. But it's not like wowing me or anything like, oh, I have to get this. Once again, like blending this into the background a little bit. Can we change the font on this just a smidge bit? I don't think it's a big deal, but it's just like little things where like, it's a little hard to read. All right, inside the box, we got one box. We got one large double-sided game board. Wow, if it's double-sided, why don't you flip it over? Why don't we have a graphic where I can see what's on the other side? Why don't you explain to me why it's double-sided? Is it just alternate artwork? Is it for 2-3 players? What's it look like? Zoom in on it a little bit. What's the dimensions of this? I have so many questions that you could have answered here, and you didn't. And it's weird. It's weird. So 1 hourglass marker, 1 chalice marker. They're trying to show the thickness of the cardboard tokens by angling it to the side. Okay, I like that. 40 church window tiles. Cool. For each player, 1 2-part player board that interlocks into it each other. Oh, that's a hot player board. That is a nice looking player board right there. 24 novices, the 1 messenger. This looks great. This looks like a really nice, rock solid game. I love the fact that he didn't mention the price here. He said sarcastically once again for the 2nd straight day, put the prices, people. Upgrade an hour marker, upgrade to wooden. So special upgrade. So is the regular version, the original version was this, and now it's a deluxeified to that, which is going to physically be like a wooden meeple that'll sit on the spot. Cool. Screen printed meeples, great. Front, back, that's a very nice shot right there. Double layered player boards. These are fantastic shots right here. I'll tell you what. How to play. Ooh, so this is a full playthrough. Great. Full playthrough, dice placement phase, action phase. So it's action selection, dice placement. Looks like moving your messenger. Build cool. You got, this is a review, but it's deluxe components. Okay. Review, best game of 2021, final thoughts, review. Yeah, so it's really interesting. We don't have any quotes out of these. The one quote we have, I didn't feel like was like really wowing me. I'm sure there's something in these videos that's like a much more convincing thing. Also, box sleeve, wholly unnecessary, Batman. But $60, I'm not going to complain. If this were $70, I'd be like, man, that box sleeve is really irking me. Why do we got that box sleeve? Why is this $10 over MSRP? But it's like, okay, whatever. That being said, like, who cares? Gold stamping box sleeve, Kickstarter version only. Show me the side. Like, the front looks nice, but the side's going to be what I'm seeing most of the time, right? First release of 2020. Thank you for the info, Kevin. So this one was released 2020. I would have released it Essen. The all-in $90. Okay, so we went from $60, which I thought was a good price. Now convinced me the extra $30. We got a core game, the box sleeve, market stand, and then the custom inserts. These look like straight-up deluxeified components, right? All in. Add-on market stand. Make your monastic journey more interesting. When your messenger enters or passes a market stall, you will still gain 1 gold and unique features. Oh, so this is like a full-blown like expansion. This is not deluxeification. This is exactly what I'm going to want. It's going to add an extra add to the game, like an extra thing to the game, which is going to add more level of complexity and interestingness, which I want. If I'm already mushing together 3 or 4 mechanisms, throw a 5th one on there. I don't give a crud. Custom insert, just open and play. 2 boxes. This looks great. That's very nice. Look at this shot. Look at that. So is this... that's a very nice shot. That is a really nice shot. All boards are perfectly fixed. Good protection. Easy to take out. I would almost have some of these 3D renderings or whatever these shots are in the video, too. That was nice. Shipping cost, $11. Wow. Just flat. Oh, it's only in Europe. I bet that's part of their condition. I bet it was you can only release the game in North America. Okay. That's interesting. I'm interested to check out the community hub. That's a decent price. So $71 in and out the door, or up to $101 if I want. Man, not a fan of lumping together deluxeifications and actual expansion content, because then you kind of force me, and then you have all in only, but it's an add-on. What does that mean? Because it says, like, I feel like these are counterintuitive to each other. All in only implies that the only way I'm going to get this market stand is if I purchase the all in. Add-on market stand, it implies that this is an add-on that I could purchase unless the expansion is actually called the add-on market stand, which I do not believe is the case. So this right here is confusing and annoying. Because I don't, like, what if I don't need this? What if I've gotten to the point on Kickstarter? Because there's, like, these levels to this. Like, I'm going to back everything, hooray! And then there's the people who are like, I'm going to back, but we're not going to go crazy on the deluxeifications. I'm just going to get the games. And then, there's levels to this. So hopefully that's clearly laid out. Some quotes. Oh, these are some people, worked on it, risk and challenges, stuff. It's out. We're done. Was there shipping? Yeah, there was. $11 was a great price. So $71 in and out the door. I feel like that's something I'd almost spotlight there. I look right here, and if I put $71, so what if we just bump this up to the left corner, so it's $71 shipped to the United States of America. Bada boom. And then let's look at that Board Game Geek rating right there. Because I know it's high. I know it's a high board. It's great. And if you're telling me that you took this great game and you made this game better, yeah, 1066 strategy game of all time, 2307. Like, that's what you spotlight. Oh, man, this is terrible. This is so bad. This is a third of a point grade bump down here. 1, 2, 3. So we got 3 games in the top 3,000. That's something that I totally would spotlight. The creator of El Gaucho and Pagoda. Because I'm sure these are probably won awards. Because if you're rated in the 2000s and you came out 9, 10 years ago, you were much higher, yeah. Board game nominee. International 2-player nominee. So you could put these awards here, like for the designer of these, that, the other thing. I would totally spotlight that a little bit better. Because, once again, I couldn't even read this from the outside. New paint, old car. That was pretty good. Good looking game. I thought it was a really good looking game. It's a shame that this thing's not trending towards funding. All right, updates, 48 hours left. Thank you so much for your support. So 0 comments, 0 comments, 0 comments, 0 comments. Oh my golly! Holy terrible engagement, Batman. That's impressively bad. No one said anything. Nothing at all. Not a word. Well, the first thing you didn't even thank him after the first day, which is just customary, you know. Let me know in the comments. Do you feel like they need to thank you for the first day? I feel like and I work with people who run Kickstarters, and I say highly, like, after the first day, no matter how it goes, 1/3, 1/2, fully funded, $200, whatever it is, you should put out an update saying, thank you so much, we got a long way to go, label, like, what's going on. So what do we got here? So we got a game review. If you could share the campaign, that'd be great. Okay, maybe a quote from here or something. Like nothing. Let's check out the comment section. 37. That's really poor. I would stick around if there was an extension. An extension would be great. This already has surpassed the previous attempt. No, it hasn't. It has not. It's done worse. It's done substantially worse. This is so weird. 35% worse. From the Kickstarter pledge, can a project's deadline be extended? I have never seen a project's deadline extended except for one, and that was the Tabletop Games Network one. I don't know whose belly they rubbed the right way, but they got an extension because they were trending towards failure. And but other than that, I have never seen one in a while. I both don't know why they made this Kickstarter, and also can't believe it's not funding more. Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. I feel like they had something that people would want. They just didn't tell me enough. Forgive my ignorance regarding Kickstarter, but has the project developer not set the campaign length? The campaign is slowly creeping towards funding. So there's a lot of newer people, it looks like, who are excited about this game. It finally talked me into backing. All right, let's check out the community, see what we got. So nobody knew at all. It's 173. Okay, and that's not super surprising. That tells me they did not market this that much, most likely. Interesting. So Monasterium Deluxe North America. Oh, the North America fan. Okay. And I do want to check out the previous Kickstarter campaign a little bit before I give this one a grade. Click to get notified when you're launched. That's a great thing to start with. Oh, I didn't even check out the pledge levels. See how they're broken up. 34 on the fence, 17 here. Bowers Law stands. All the bells, all the whistles. Most people don't care that you're lumping together deluxeifications and that. But apparently, maybe 34 people do. Maybe 34 people do. I don't know. So anything different? It looks much like the same. A lot of great shots still. Yeah, great shots. Looks very, very similar. It looks incredibly similar. Now, let's see. Did people give the... They only had one update? So they launched... Oh, my God! What are you doing? You didn't do any updates at all? What are you... What? Who does that? Who's like, you know what? We're going to take this game from, a couple of years ago. It's very highly rated. We're going to bring it to North America because we think we can generate some buzz about how highly rated it is and how cool it looks. And then you don't leave an update at all. Did anybody in the comments suggest it? Oh, good. I have one pledge to get this campaign when 200 are needed. Hoping to see this position. So on relaunch. Creating a website for Emerald Games. When I Google your copy, absolutely nothing comes up. It's not a bad idea. Just more engagement, too. Holy guacamole. This seems like someone who 100% needs someone behind the wheel who has some board game experience with Kickstarters, because this is, it's a shame. Looks like a very cool game. So, final grade for Monasterium. Do I want it? Yeah, I do from the video, and I do because this looks like my jam, and it looks like a fun game, and it's highly rated. Not that you told me any of that. It has a designer with, a lot of stuff. Like, there's the thing. They got a lot of games, and it's 3 of them. Top 2,500, I would spotlight that. Customer service, man. You're not engaging anyone at all, which means your updates are just blah. Thank you so much. We are in the final push. Have committed more resources in the form of ads to get the project funded. We love this game. We think it's worth sharing. Okay. So they bought ads. Good. I mean, that's good. But apparently they were not... I wonder where they bought the ads at. Just... This is Crash and Burn. Such a good takeoff, too. It is indeed. And now I wonder what's going to happen to this game. Because this is the second time that they've failed. Are they just going to pop? Because they paid for ads, apparently. Did they pay for ads the first time? How much has been sunk into this project? Like, I almost feel like a house flipper. I feel like if I had a shot at this, if this was a reality TV show and someone was like, make this fun, I could do it. It looks, it's unfortunate. We don't see too many like this, which is good. But once again, we're coming to the winter, and in the wintertime, we see a lot more stuff. So, do I want it? Yes, I'm beating around the bush from a bad grade. Can you do it? You have one game, right? It's this game, this, and that. So it's not, yeah. So can you do it? Yeah, I'm not too worried about it. And everything component-wise is easy, pretty easy here. You know, it looks like impressive, but everything here, nothing here is crazy. Like, these are heat-printed wooden meeples, you know, double-cut boards. Like, this is not terribly complex to make. There's so much low-hanging fruit for engagement, and you already have a fan base. Why ignore it? I don't know. I wonder if anybody's saying anything on the Kickstarter page as well. Oh, new Kickstarter is live. Still no option to upgrade original version to fancy boards and storage like it was originally promised, so still a pass. Oh, so we alienated our original backers. Hey. Ooh. Oh. Fortunately, not worth the cost and hassle. You can always buy the new copy and sell your old copy. The upgrades would have been close to $50 anyway. Yeah, okay. That paints a little bit more of a picture there. Do I want it? Yes. Can you do it? Probably. Probably. And then how much is it? It doesn't seem bad. $71 in and out the door. $101 for a deluxeified, highly rated Euro game. It's not bad. Not bad at all. So, it's Kickstarter reasonable. End of the day, I just feel like from the main image to everything aside from the story, it misses the mark on a lot of stuff, which is a shame because it looks like, and this isn't like this shot doesn't, but it could use the price. Like, just get down to the business. And then we get to the redundancy where I don't know what the upgrade is. Yeah. C- should be lower. Yeah, I'm in C- D+ range. No FAQ. Yeah. Dang, but that video's so good. I'm going C-. I'm out of here. C-, and hopefully tomorrow, new microphone, if baby and dog allow it. And as always, thanks for your time, YouTube. Bye-bye. Oh, quick show note. No show on Friday. I got a handyman coming over to take a look at some stuff. Take it easy.